Dynamic Languages presents a teaser from a 360 immersive trip to Germany. Over 25 virtual reality trips to Germany are available on the VR app at 3 language levels. Experience German life and culture with commentary in English, beginner level German, or intermediate to advanced level German. Answer questions, repeat keywords, and practice phrases using speech recognition. Download Dynamic Languages from the Meta Store and try the demo. Link is in the description. Now enjoy this 360 3D teaser trip from one of our German experiences.
In this trip, we're going to visit some of the Black Forest's most unique landmarks, its huge cuckoo clocks. We're also going to discover the history of cuckoo clocks, which have become a worldwide symbol of Germany. The clock shop we're currently standing outside of is in the town of Triberg. You can learn about the history of this particular shop and the rest of the town in a separate trip that includes a visit to Germany's most famous waterfalls. But now we're going just a few minutes north of here to see a giant cuckoo clock in action. This small traditional Black Forest house was built by Joseph Dold, who was a clockmaker with a big idea. Inside the house, he made a giant hand-carved wooden clock mechanism. Every half hour and full hour, on the opposite side of the house, a large wooden cuckoo bird appears and calls out the time. It's not quite time for the bird to call yet, so let's go inside to see the mechanism. Here is the impressive clock mechanism. It is 3.5 meters wide and 3.3 meters tall. The largest wooden gear is 1.85 meters in diameter. The cuckoo bird, which we'll see shortly, is 80 centimeters tall, and the pendulum is 2.7 meters long. Have you ever seen a clock this big before? Joseph Dold built the clock between 1977 and 1980. It was the first clock to be listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as world's largest cuckoo clock, although it no longer holds the title. To your right, you can see some smaller clocks, which were also handmade by Dold. It's almost time for the cuckoo to call, so let's go outside and see it. After we see the cuckoo, we're going back inside the house to meet Joseph Dold's daughter. She is going to explain to us how the clock mechanism works and how the cuckoo's sound is made.
So, hallo, wir sind in der ersten größten Kuckucksuhr der Welt. Unser Kuckucksruf wird gemacht mit den Pfeifen hier. Und jede Kuckucksuhr hat diese Blasebälge, wo diesen Kuckucksruf machen. Unsere Kuckucksuhr ist 50 Mal vergrößert. Das ist ein kleines Werk hier. Und jede Kuckucksuhr hat dieses kleine Werk drin. Diese große Uhr ist ungefähr 44 Jahre alt. Und vorher war es 3 Jahre Freizeit, bis es fertiggestellt war. Und gebaut hat so mein Vater, der ist Uhrmacher. Damit die große Uhr läuft, braucht es ein Gewicht. Das sind diese 70 Kilo. Diese 70 Kilo laufen einmal am Tag runter und werden mechanisch, also durch einen Motor, wieder hochgezogen. So läuft die Uhr jeden Tag. Sie macht immer die halbe Stunde einmal Kuckuck und immer die volle Stundenzahl macht sie wieder Kuckuck.
Just a few minutes down the road from the previous clock is the Ebler Uhrenpark. Today this holds the title of world's largest cuckoo clock, and it has been a popular tourist destination since it was completed in 1994. This giant clock is 15 meters tall. The pendulum is 8 meters long, and the cuckoo bird weighs 150 kilograms. The clock is part of a family business that has been making clocks in the Black Forest since 1880. You can visit a small museum inside to learn about how the clock works and the history of cuckoo clocks. Let's rewind time a few minutes and see what the clock did at 11:30 a.m. Since it was only a half hour, not a full hour, the cuckoo only called once. The cuckoo is a common bird in the Black Forest. When cuckoo clocks were invented, the clockmakers wanted to announce the time in an interesting way. The cuckoo's familiar two-note call was easy to recreate with wooden pipes and air pumps, which made it perfect for early mechanical clocks. Continuing north along the B33 road from Treberg, it doesn't take long to find another cuckoo clock landmark. This is a branch of the House of 1000 Clocks that we saw earlier. Again, you can learn more about the history of this particular clockmaking business in the Treberg trip. Now though, we're going to enjoy the views of the outside of this grand building while learning about the history of these iconic timepieces. It started in the late 1600s. Many people in the Black Forest worked as farmers, but it was very difficult in the winter. To survive during these hard months, they needed other ways to earn money. This is why many became craftsmen, working indoors to make useful and decorative items by hand. Over time, a strong tradition of skilled work developed in the region. One of the most famous results of this tradition was the wooden clock. These clocks began as simple timepieces, but soon became much more detailed and beautiful, reflecting the skill of the makers. To make the clocks better, the craftsmen needed more than just tools. They also had to learn how to draw designs, do mathematics, and build models, or prototypes, of the clocks before making the final version. Clockmakers trained in workshops that focused on both the mechanical parts and the wooden cases. In 1850, a technical school opened in Furtwangen, just a few miles south of Treberg. This training helped turn clockmaking into a respected profession across the region. The most famous type of clock from the Black Forest is the cuckoo clock. It is thought that clockmakers began adding these small wooden birds to their clocks in around 1750. It is not known exactly who invented this idea, but it may have been inspired by earlier clocks that used bird calls to mark time. The cuckoo bird, combined with the beauty of the wooden carvings, made these clocks unique. Before long, the cuckoo clock became synonymous with the Black Forest, and later with all of Germany. The clocks were often decorated with carved leaves, birds, animals, or scenes from forest life. In the 1800s, a new design became popular: clock cases shaped like small wooden houses. The style was inspired by the wooden cabins found near railway stations. Over time, these clocks became more accurate, more detailed, and more valued. Wealthy people across Europe and beyond began collecting them. The Black Forest clock, especially the cuckoo clock, became a symbol of good taste. They were not mass-produced in factories, but carefully made by hand, taking many hours or even days to complete. The Uhrenträger, or clock carriers, were travelling salesmen. In the 18th and 19th centuries, they walked long distances with wooden backpacks full of clocks, selling them across Europe and even in America. Most Uhrenträger were farmers or craftsmen who sold clocks during the winter when there was little work at home. They carried the clocks to villages, markets, and cities. These men helped make the clocks famous outside the Black Forest. They also brought news and new ideas back to the clockmakers, which helped improve the designs. The Uhrenträger are remembered in places like the German Clock Museum, and their work is an important part of the region's history. Today, many cuckoo clocks are still made by hand in the Black Forest. They are decorated with carvings of animals, leaves, or houses, and some include extra features like music, dancing figures, or modern clock mechanics. Although cheaper versions exist, traditional Black Forest clocks are expensive. A basic one can cost several €100, and the most detailed models can cost thousands. These clocks are more than souvenirs. They are part of the region's identity. For centuries, they have supported local craftsmen and helped shape the culture and economy of the Black Forest. Our final clock stop on the B33 is the House of Black Forest Clocks, which is the Hare family's business. Their clockmaking tradition began in the 1780s with their ancestor, Johann Hiller. Since then, each generation has passed down their clockmaking skills. In 1977, Adolf Herr opened the House of Black Forest clocks here in Hornberg. His wife, Gerlinde Ebel, also came from a clockmaking family. Their son Jürgen is the 7th generation to create cuckoo clocks. Today, there are 3 generations working on new designs and movements, as Jürgen's son Paul is now learning the trade. In 1995, the family created the Hornberger Uhrenspieler. This giant clock has 21 moving figures and is the most elaborate clock we've seen so far. If you're not here at the right time, you can pay €1 to see the display. After this, we have one final giant clock to see, which was Katie and Dave's favourite. The final clock we will see in this trip is this beautiful one near the Ravenna-Schlucht viaduct, which you can explore on a separate trip. I hope you have enjoyed seeing and learning about these magnificent timekeeping devices.
Travel the world and learn languages without leaving home with the Dynamic Languages app for MetaQuest. Dynamic Languages uses a blend of immersive media, text and speech recognition to create journeys around the world and interactions with locals. These 360 3D experiences come in 2 styles, lessons and trips. You can learn languages in interactive lessons and speak with real people in authentic and realistic pre-recorded encounters. Handcrafted to get you speaking the language. Overcome your nerves in VR so you can speak with confidence in the real world. Have authentic conversations in live-action videos, filmed on location in fascinating surroundings. These real-world interactions stick in your memory as they simulate reality with eye contact, body language, and an embodied, immersive experience. You'll learn faster and more efficiently, having memorable interactions with interesting people With trips, you can explore cultures, festivals and landscapes in a wide variety of countries, including France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Spain, and the UK. These trips include optional commentary, keywords and quizzes in the local language, ranging from beginner to advanced level. Look around every scene and uncover its treasures. Turn around in a swivel chair, use the joystick, or stand up and look all around you. These 8K 3D environments are moments in a particular place, captured at a particular time. They leave an authentic impression in your mind as you are truly immersed in these scenes and the story they tell. Feel present and experience adventures and festivals from around the world. Discover history, exploring ancient buildings while listening to narration that helps you understand the wider culture and traditions of peoples from across the globe. This surprising medium immerses you in fascinating scenes of tranquil nature and outstanding beauty that will get you excited about a future adventure or feeling nostalgic as you take a trip down memory lane. Stream these on-demand VR experiences straight to your MetaQuest headset with the Dynamic Languages app. Try the free demo and subscribe to support us and unlock all the content, enjoying language lessons and adventurous trips away whenever you want to. Explore cultures and languages through authentic immersive media experiences at dynamiclanguages.org.